such a hype series. That first game, I think, as far as the 1v1s were concerned across the map and the laning, you can feel that Hanwha Life Esports can stand toe-to-toe with this squad. We're not going to see any subs or anything like that, ladies and gentlemen, as we hop into pick and ban. Hanwha Life Esports now on our blue side, and Dudu will be remaining on the top side of the map. I know you Red Dead Redemption 2 fans are looking forward to seeing Arthur Morgan, but he's not coming out. It's Arthur Dudu today.
Yeah.
Not great.
Not gonna make any jokes about that name,
Yeah.
even though I really wanted to. So here we go. We're gonna see the Graves banned away immediately. That's just immense respect shown to Canyon once again. Don't want to allow him to play the Graves. No Gnar as well. Talia and TF banned away, so just saying, okay, we don't want Tovi to play TF. But again, this kind of falls down the same line of thinking where it's like, okay, you ban away TF, but then he's just going to play Yone or anything else. Like, Tovi does seem really confident that his champion pool is insanely large right now. And the Quinn,
first pick Renekton. We're seeing it. It's happening.
No.
Yeah, it's either banned here or, like, it has to be banned here, otherwise it's 100% first pick. No, it can't be. They have to first pick Kai'Sa. Surely. Surely.
Yeah, I think you just ban Kai'Sa and let them have Renekton and just say whatever. I'll just play a million of the other counters and decent lane matchups into the Renekton. Oh, okay.
Okay. Very interesting. Pantheon available. Arthur did pick up a player of the game on it. And they are going to lock it away. I like this way more than Renekton first pick. Hell yeah.
Yeah, feels pretty good for Hanwha Life Esports getting that first pick. But again, you're giving up Kai'Sa. And we'll see what else they decide to go along with that. Maybe something like an Olaf, something that can play into the Pantheon.
Yep.
Curious to see what Canyon actually plays into this matchup here. The ball is in his court, essentially, as the Kai'Sa is almost 100% would be picked, and there it is.
See whether they just grab a support here. They could theoretically do that to hide their hand for a little bit longer. I think jungle's still certainly something they can look at. And Canyon, he's going to try his hand at this one. I believe this is his second go on the Udyr. He has won a game on it so far. So look, for all of you Udyr doubters out there, understand that he's still pretty strong as Deft. Thinking about going back to the Rageblade Center once again. Certainly a lot of comments about that one. I know there have been a lot of people doubting the build because, of course, attack speed works terribly on center. It does do something, but just not very much whatsoever, given her attack ratio is so low. But with the crit scaling into on-hit damage, it turns her into an absolute monster after she picks up a few souls. Works a little bit better if she's more supportive in lane, but that's neither here nor there. Let's have a look to see what Hanwha Life Esports are looking at as Chovy. Imagine he's... Okay, never mind. It's just going to be Renekton. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's Renekton, and that means that Chovy is playing something with ability power damage.
This is an Akali game because you've got CC coming out of the jungle. This is 100% Akali game.
And out of your ears.
Could you imagine if Showmaker just picks it? Because remember, Showmaker was the Akali guy, as we've seen this lane before.
Huh.
And this is going to be Beryl once again on the Seraphine. He was so good, but it just looked like the champion was busted in a lot of ways.
Well, sometimes you give it to a great player and they make the champion look busted. And maybe it's just that other supports haven't picked it up yet, but it certainly is just, you know, like a couple of guys down on the bottom side that are really putting the priority on this pick. I'm excited to see it more and more because I just want to see it in more scenarios in pro play.
Yeah.
And get a better feel for just how strong it is, because I feel like we have a decent idea, but not like the full picture just yet. So I love that Beryl does pick it up here.
Well, let's see how these bans are going to go. The Rumble banned away from Chovy. Another one of these non-hard CC magic mid laners. And
do they ban Akali?
Well, I mean, she has been nerfed a little bit. I mean, the Q not going to be coming out quite so often in the later stages of the game. And it might be that Chovy looks at that and says that no, he doesn't really want to play it, but it's how he uses the champion outside of just spamming Qs, to be perfectly honest. That's real dangerous, as there is the Gragas ban aimed at Vista, and that is 100% respect well-deserved.
Yeah, I like that ban. That makes a lot of sense to me. We still have stuff like Alistar available. We have Maokai, other stuff that can go well with the Senna, but when you're hitting every cask, and maybe it's just today, right? Like maybe it's just today for Vista, but he had a fantastic game on the Gragas, and you got to respect that. And we're not going to be seeing Showmaker playing Syndra.
Hell yeah.
Is this the first time? I don't know.
I'm just gonna go in and have a look. How many times has he played it? He's played it 3 times. Kesper Cup was more his romp through the Summoner's Rift with good old Syndra. Ornn going to be the consideration here for Khan. He certainly has a bevy of answers to Renekton. That's what you learn, by the way, when you go to the LPL, is what to play into Renekton. They like picking it so much, and another one of them is, oh god, talking about wet noodle fights. I hope that Dudu picks the pool party skin, because I think he has a wet noodle.
I wanted to see the Ornn, to be honest. Khan's a great Ornn player. I think really the hard engage would have been nice. Sion is a little bit less reliable, but he's definitely a pretty big beefcake, obviously. Getting those very just straightforward engages going with his head. And we are going to see Chovy Azir. So no solo carry stuff just yet. Obviously, you can solo carry on, control mates and stuff like that. But I just mean, like, no like, assassin play just yet from Chovy today. So Azir coming out here.
Well, let's see what the final pick is. This is on Vista. We'll get an idea of what this bottom lane is going to look like into the oppressiveness that is the Kai'Sa Seraphine. A lot of options. They could go for some range here at the same time as Vayne is locked in. All right, it's support center. What the heck is going on? Oh, man, that's so cool.
I saw Vista talking to the guy to his left, and I'm like, is he talking to Arthur? And, like, are they going to, like, put Pantheon in support or something? But this is something that I didn't...
that too.
Yeah, this is just something that I did not expect. It is possible,
I mean, this is a decent matchup for Vayne top.
I don't know.
I think you could be right. We don't necessarily know where this is going.
And Renekton...
Oh, wait, Renekton jungle. That doesn't quite work, does it? Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
Renekton support, fasting center.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's try it out. Oh, Azir support? No. Just getting excited there.
Hey, we still got 15 seconds, man. Something weird and wonderful could happen. Who knows? No, we need a double swap. Because Def did need to swap, and then...
looks happy.
He is. He's like, haha, we played them. And from what I have heard, the Rageblade center actually works very well from support at the same time, because you do get more of those souls, more of that crit scaling. And let's see whether Vista is going to be in that camp as well. We've got very different summon spells by the looks of things here on the bottom side of the map, as Cleanse Exhaust in comparison to Heal Ignite. But Heal Ignite makes a lot of sense. This lane's going to be going in on the side of Damwon Kia.
And it's Dlashers versus Flashers.
Oh, no.
I'm a Damwon Kia bottom lane fan, as I am also a Flasher.
I'm a Flasher as well. F for Flash, man, not F for Fire.
Exactly. And it'll be interesting to see how much work Beryl can get done in the bottom side. You want to deny Vayne as much farm as possible, but Kai'Sa, not exactly a lane bully. Can push for that early level 2, especially against something like Vayne, but we'll see how that goes. Sion returns, this time in the hands of Khan, and we didn't mention it too much, but Showmaker is back on Zoe, and again, this is something that has terrorized so many teams.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm very curious to see how Showmaker does in this match.
I'm getting some flashbacks. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 between Hanwha Life Esports and Damwon Kia. Hanwha Life now on the blue side. It has won so far in this series. And let's see whether Hanwha Life can bring us to a game number 3. There are nights, Valdez, where I want to be going home early and, I just want the 2-0. This is absolutely not one of those nights.
Yeah.
I want to be here at my desk until midnight, please.
Yeah, we need the League of Legends tonight. This is where we gotta have game 3. Hanwha Life or Chovy or someone, please deliver.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Def this game. Maybe it's his turn to carry.
I love this answer into the double range bottom lane as well. Like Beryl and Ghost on this Kai'Sa Seraphine, it's very good at punishing melee supports. And Hanwha Life Esports are like, well, we don't have one. So it's going to be fine. Still very short range on Vayne, but into space Vayne, very similar as far as ranges are concerned. And we'll have to look to see whether Beryl can really offer all of that poke and harass and frustratedness that comes out from this Seraphine. Can really get a lot of work done.
Yeah, it does feel like the supports have a pretty big role in the bottom side for this lane. And it's going to come down to who can poke better who's going to try to hit level 2 first, and all that fun stuff. Beryl already getting to work.
And actually taking surround sound first, which is interesting, making sure that they have as much defensiveness as possible, maybe reading that Hanwha Life Esports were going to go aggressive in the earlier stages. Look at how many missed rates there are. They're everywhere. Good old support center, able to offer so much more. Piercing Darkness, able to pick up a bunch of those as we are just battling. This is what happens. Like, Enchanter supports that have heals allow for all of this extra gameplay in the bottom lane. It's so much fun. Look, they're just fighting forever.
Great. I love how Jonas Strong immediately, like, right from the beginning of the game, he's only looking at the bottom lane. Like, even before the minions spawned, he's just only watching this lane. And for a good reason. There's going to be a lot of action down here. A lot of poke.
Ooh, value.
And, yeah.
That Piercing Darkness felt real good.
First. They get the lane situated for themselves.
Yep. Good news here for Damwon Kia. Beat drop not quite going to land there. As Damwon Kia, let's see whether they can really put the screws in, allow this Seraphine to do her work in the lane. Our friend Wolf does like to talk about this lane a lot. He loves the Seraphine, and you can see exactly why. She's been very dominant in the laning phase. And it's up to Beryl to do it once again on his second outing, as Vista's going to find some autos. Piercing Darkness onto Ghost. He's taking a lot of damage here as Deft has to flash. Immediately cleanses as well as the exhaust is down. And Deft's probably going to have to just go home. Vista also having to flash out. They are out of summoner spells, and they are out of the bottom lane.
Well, maybe I cast a curse Deft by potentially thinking that he would be the carry in this game, because they're going to miss this entire wave, and that is just way too much, right? Like, that was just a fantastic trade from Beryl and Ghost. They know what they can do with this combo, and essentially Deft just ate the entire combo. There's really nothing else to say, right? Like, he just walked up into closer range. He's a Vayne. He didn't play it safe enough, and he just got he got nuked.
Yeah.
By both of them. You know, it wasn't even just Seraphine, right? So he just gets way too low. He blows both summoners. Vista is trying to take some of the heat off. He has to flash and exhaust as well. And it's just a disaster now down in the bottom side. Now, he's not totally just done in this lane, of course, but you're pretty far behind after a start like that.
Yeah, it's a real rough time. Showmaker, not quite the win rate as we saw on our screen for Chovy. Sort of got interrupted a little bit by all that action on the bottom side, but over a 70% win rate. For Chovy's Azir, he's certainly a very, very powerful Azir player, although not necessarily known for that particular pick. He's known for a lot of things, just not actually that one. As Ghost down here, just doing his best on this Space Vayne versus Vayne with a Space skin, which is just very confusing.
Mm-hmm. And I just lost my train of thought entirely. I was about to say something, and I was like, oh, nope, that's gone.
It's okay. It'll come back to you. We've got some time.
I think so. We do. Maybe it was about Showmaker and having played something like 32 games of Zoe in the LCK. So, you know,
that's
he's
a lot.
Close to 70%, and he's like 22 and 10. So, certainly he has the experience. Take a look at this vision in the enemy jungle. Kanya did something like this in game number 1 as well. And this is one way to get ahead of your jungle opponent. You find out where he's going, where he could be on the map, and you respond based on that. You give the information to your laners, and it just provides so much in terms of not having to worry too much about the enemy jungle.
Well, beat drops, and Vista takes a lot of the brunt, but he'll be able to heal himself back up again. Pops down into the depths for a second. This harass onto Beryl is probably going to wear off after a little while, as the heals will come in over time. Showmaker doing a decent job here in this lane. We've seen this matchup so many times. It's going to be the Electrocute out of Chovy's Azir. We've seen so many Comets. But Electrocute going to be offering a lot more burst damage as Canyon comes on over, clears out the control ward. I'm going to turn the lights off a little bit for Hanwha Life on the bottom side.
Mm-hmm. And so far, Arthur has just kind of farmed out his jungle. You know, he hasn't really done any Pantheon things, right? He's trying to farm alongside of an Udyr. He's obviously going to fall behind on that. And now Canyon is looking for this first objective. Hanwha Life seems like they don't want to let this one go without a fight.
I like this rotation over. Chovy gets there first. Arthur is going to turn up as Deft and Vista will get here as well. It's going to be a bit of a 4v4 as the Conquering Sands comes in. Chovy below half health right now. As in comes the choo-choo train. He might get there a little bit late, though, as the stun comes down onto Canyon. Deft has to cleanse immediately as Khan just passes by Dudu and Chovy. And now Vista's getting closed in on that piercing darkness was good. But First Blood will go over to the Zoe, and she'll grab a double for her trouble as well. Arthur also slowed down. There's the Empress Divide as Deft grabs that kill. Khan flashes on over, and the Pantheon's also going to fall. Deft largely unhindered, but he should get focused down now. Gets into the brush. Khan, one last auto, and Deft does grab it. There's now Chovy, wants to get more. Ghost is gonna flash it, and that's gonna be a complete bloodbath in the river.
8 kills at 7.5 minutes. Welcome to the LCK. Oh man, both of these teams just could not help themselves. They say, we are fighting. Doesn't matter what's going to happen here. Nice execute on the dragon goes to Arthur, but who cares about the dragon? This is all about the blood in this game. Vista, he's out of position. Not a good feel for your support Senna, and your Renekton also dies. So immediately it's like, okay, well, it looks like DK should take this pretty easily, but actually a lot of follow-up damage comes out from both Chovy and Deft. Vayne feels pretty good about extended fights where you can just stack up multiple, triple bolts and stuff like that. Ghost survived somehow, which was pretty incredible. Just able to flash away from Chovy, had the heal available as well. As we have more trading up in the top side, it looks like he will get away, but man, just an absolute bloodbath like you mentioned. Really could have gone either way, but now you look at DK, they have 2-0-3 Zoe, 2-0-1 Kai'Sa, and what are Hanwha Life gonna do?
Well, not have a lot of fun in the mid game. I think Valdez is going to be the answer because, yeah, 2-0-3 Zoe, like you're talking about, is absolutely terrifying. Canyon taking so much damage from Arthur here in the jungle. He does cancel one of those auto attacks as Canyon's looking to try and get on in here, but Dudu wastes no time. He's very upset about how that last team fight went and just flashes on top of the Udyr. There's now another fight here towards the bottom side. Condemn lands onto Beryl, and that's going to get him out of there. But this is a wave that they're getting zoned away from. Now Dudu just trying to keep himself alive as Arthur spots out that ward, but Khan seems completely unperturbed about how things are going.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to get a replay of that jungle fight, but it started by Arthur ulting in, I guess, because he's got his ult on cooldown. Maybe he just had vision of Canyon taking a red buff or something, and then he just ults in as Dudu taking a very aggressive trade.
Yeah. Uses a chain there to keep things okay as Arthur gets spotted out. Canyon just turns up, slaps Shelly a little bit on her behind. And now Chovy thinking about taking his opportunity. Electrocute onto Showmaker doesn't do too much. And Dudu, he does have the Dominus. That's going to give him some of their health back. And it looks like Arthur not wanting to actually go for the 50-50. Canyon blocks down the smite very effectively. And now Dudu looking to jump on top of Khan right here. But I feel like Dudu just loves pressing his R button more than most of our Renekton's.
It's I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah.
I guess the comms weren't clean, like they weren't sure. And he was like, well, I'm going to have to Dominus now. Didn't necessarily have to, but it saves you, what is it, like 0.3 seconds from using it at the beginning of right after you hop over the wall. So wanted to try to be clean. Takes a decent trade after it. So yeah, on vision here, you'll note that he just gets ulted. Like, Canyon is like, what? You would never do that, would you? And he actually does.
Yep, and loses his red buff at the same time.
Yeah. So, the power of Pantheon. You see that Pantheon at level 6, very happy to take those trades into the Udyr, especially if you can land your ult directly on top of him.
Yep.
As he did in that time.
Dudu making his way back to lane, pretty close to his Gore Drinker being completed, and has a pretty large CS advantage as well, as Chovy's going back to base. Bubble is going to connect. That's just going to bother Chovy a little bit. Now he's going to have to try and go home yet again. The frustration. Space Bane going to be taking a plate here away from this bottom outer turret. Deft will turn up a little bit later. Currently 17 CS is the gap. Deft's still going to be, relevant towards the later stages of the game. Sion doesn't like Vayne at all. True damage is his worst enemy. Does build a lot of health, but still, it's going to be a large amount of armor that will be ignored by this Vayne, as Dudu wants to be able to get some more of these plates, but Khan just being frustrating as his transformer self up here towards the top side of the map.
Yeah, pretty annoying. I mean, as the Renekton, you're not really looking for kills, obviously. Sion just going to be able to stack armor. Bramble Vest looking good. Showmaker looking for some damage.
Ow.
We'll find it. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, this is not how Chovy wanted this lane to go, Valdez. Not at all. The 2-0-3 Zoe after that skirmish is suboptimal, to say the least.
Yeah, it's just not fair, I suppose. We have an Infernal Drake, and both these teams would love Infernal Drake. Who's going to be able to pick it up here? You see Dudu taking an aggressive trade, trying to get ahead in this matchup.
Yeah. Q doesn't get too much value here as he walks back into Khan. Not exactly what you want. You probably time that one out there. Understanding the devastating smash. Not quite going to get that one done. Not quite going to get there in time, sorry. And now Khan just will deal with this wave. Dudu's like, well, his teleport almost available. Khan does have his. As Dudu wraps around. I can feel the R button coming, but it doesn't actually get popped.
Yeah.
Now he's going to be able to get that stun. Nicely done. Okay.
This is just...
There it is. I knew it. Well, he can turn into a choo-choo train. I wonder whether the Q is going to be there for Dudu. Not enough healing, really, as the Drake is just taken here by Canyon. Ghost, now Killer Instinct, gets himself that shield, which is pretty good. Ulti doesn't really do too much. There from Beryl as Ghost goes down extraordinarily low and Deft is punished. Showmaker gonna turn up. The Dawning Shadow comes down, but it looks like Arthur and Vista are in way too much trouble, and another kill for Damwon here. This is feeling like the snowball they absolutely did not want. Bubble comes in. Good night, Vista. You are well dead. And Ghost gets delivered that one on a silver platter, and Chovy's like, don't worry, guys. I'm taking plates in mid.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, what can I do, you know? Oh, man, he didn't have his teleport, and I guess Showmaker did. We'll take another look in the replay, but Showmaker's just too good. And this is why I'm like, why don't you just play Zoe every single game? You know, like, oh, man. But we're going to take a look here at how this started, right? It looked good for Hanwha Life, but note the immediate rotation. Infernal Drake is taken, and then the charm even gets Arthur away from the bubble, but it just doesn't matter. It's a 4-on-3, a massive paddle star to the face, and Canyon able to burst down, turns this into a 4-on-2. Even though it's under the turret, it doesn't matter. Showmaker just able to flash forward and kind of finish that one off. And lands another bubble. It's just way too much effective damage out of this Zoe, who's unbelievably fed in this game. Not to mention all the plates, all the damage on the bottom lane turret at 14 minutes in. And just now a pretty massive lead for Damwon Kia pretty early on in this game.
Yeah, 3,000 gold is currently that margin. 2.5, I guess, if you guys are counting at home. Kraken Slayer is now completed for Deft, but I feel like it's looking like too little too late. And this is definitely not the bot gap that we saw in game number 1 that Hanwha Life were able to demonstrate. And in that game, Damwon Kia were behind, but still outplayed Hanwha Life Esports as far as the macro play was concerned. Yeah. It's going to be even easier this time.
It definitely will be. As we take a look at the difference in gold, bottom lane has it worst, I suppose, and then Showmaker is up next. As Dudu, this is the thing, we're not even supposed to be looking at the top lane. Like, this is not supposed to happen. The guys, they clear the waves and they back away. That's what's supposed to happen. But instead, Dudu just, he insists on taking these trades against the beefcake that is Sion, who now has support because this team is winning, the Sion that is.
Yep.
And you're not going to be taking trades. Take your CS lead, look to do stuff as the game comes along, but taking trades against the Sion is generally not going to go super well, as we have noted here.
Yeah, I feel like Hanwha Life Esports still do have options as this game goes on, right? Like, this is a mid-game composition from Damwon Kia that's working out extraordinarily well. Yes, they do have decent front-to-back as the game goes on, but Zoe comps sort of skew things, in my opinion and in my experience. So there is a chance, but they're going to have to really fight back against a Damwon Kia that are just so good at snowballing leads. This is the thing, I feel like it's not even compositionally based, right? It's more about, this is Damwon, and they are just so good when they get a game to this state. As Shirley now going to get focused down. And Canyon's booking it on his way in here. Chovy having to flash. The Acathian Rain needs to be respected. Ghost doing a lot of damage right now as Canyon moving on in. Dudu off to the backside. Not sure whether he's in flanking position just yet as Condemn gets Canyon out of the way. It is going to be Arthur that secures it as the Eye of the Herald comes down. Dudu finds his way into the back. Ghost eliminated with the Dawning Shadow. Deft now in the back of the Thunderdome as Khan gets himself out of there immediately. And the Eye is going to be secured. Devastating smash, not quite going to land there as Khan is stunned up for a second. Canyon lying in wait now as Dudu doesn't have his R button, of course. Pressed it a while ago as Bubbles. How do they all just seem to connect so perfectly as Deft? Oh no, Showmaker dashing on forward with the flash after the portal jump and just says goodbye to Deft.
That wasn't supposed to be a fight that Damwon have any business coming back in. But now they have, and now they're continuing to fight.
Oh god, the knockup is going to land onto the Pantheon. He can't press his shield button because he's just chain CC'd. Somehow Canyon picks up that kill as now Dudu extraordinarily low. Canyon taking all the damage that he can, but that's his job. He just soaks all of this aggro. Vista gonna have his back stopped, and Damwon here, I don't know, Valdez, I feel like this game might be over as Chovy, we're gonna try and take matters into his own hands. He does have the Emperor's Divide available, no flashes there, as Senna was on the map for a moment, but this is Showmaker's map right now. 5-0 and 6, 100% kill contribution. This guy is, he owns this game.
He does, single-handedly. He's like, hey, yeah, I heard you guys were talking about Chovy.
Yeah, right?
Never heard about that guy, actually. But I'm sure you heard about me, right? World champion.
By the way.
Noted one of the best mid laners, if not the best mid laner for a long time, after, of course, 2020 summer. But, yeah, I mean, Showmaker's just having the game of his life here. Just really putting the nail in the coffin, right? We were coming into this game and we were saying there are a lot of options here for Hanwha Life. As the game comes along, maybe they can push it into a late game and win this one, Azir or Vayne. You know, the works. And it comes into this weird and wonky fight that Damwon they look like they're just committing way too hard. Ghost gets 0 value, just immediately dies. And then I was thinking, okay, Damwon just back away, right? Well, no. They stick around. They have so much poke. They have Seraphine Zoe.
Yep, as we're in live, Arthur's likely to be dead. Showmaker not actually in the area though, and that's going to allow him to survive for the moment. Basically, just ask Showmaker whether or not things are going to die, because he's the one that controls all of that. Mist Wraiths here in the mid lane, not going to be gathered.
We missed his highlight moment, actually, in the replay, so
yeah.
It's a bit unfortunate, but I think we all know who's getting Pog of this game, so it's not going to matter.
Yeah, it's not going to be Chovy this time, although he does avoid a lot there, as Barrel's going to get thrown under the Sun Disc and destroyed. Maybe it is Chovy, after all, as Dudu turns up, gets exhausted. He pressed R, of course. That isn't going to be able to get too much value. Showmaker's picked up a flash, as in comes Arthur, looking to try and lock down Ghost on the back end of this one, but not going to be able to quite find it. So a decent pick off there from Hanwha Life, and they were able to grab the top lane outer turret as well. That's going to claw them back to that 2.5k gold lead that they had last time. Another bubble connects. Oh my god, Showmaker, what is this? They're magnetized, I swear. All right, Canyon looking for it. Let's see whether he can hop onto Vayne effectively. The flash on forward. Deft flashes over. Oh no, he's in the decimating zone. It's not where you want to be. Ghost is going to be able to grab that kill. Vista now trying to run away. He's so slow. And Khan's going to grab that one as well. Unfortunately, that's going to say goodbye to Showmaker's 100% kill participation. But look, feels good for the rest of Damwon here.
Yeah, I think they're going to be okay with that. Even Showmaker, he's totally fine. Oh man. This has been a awesome game too so far. So much action, very much back and forth. Chovy looks extremely angry. He's got that Nashor's Tooth, and you know, is there a world where he could actually carry? We have to answer that question. They're not this far behind, or that far behind rather, and they do have some really nice late game scaling. But now Damwon say, we want to get it over with this game. We want to take the Baron and try to end as quickly as possible before Azir gets too out of hand.
Well, Arthur is once again over the wall, but he once again has no flash, and this is Hanwha Life doing what they have been doing this entire game, basically, which is saying goodbye to Barons. They do put Shirley into the mid lane. She does take down the outer turret, as Arthur still looking for it, throws up the shield, interrupts Khan, but he is so tanky right now. Can Hanwha Life actually deny some of these Barons as Chovy wants to get in position? Doesn't have flash quite yet as the Pantheon's taken down so quickly. Emperor's Divide comes in, but Chovy just falls. And Dudu's not going to be able to do anything at all. Canyon grabs that kill, gets the thumbs up from Khan, and this game feels over, Valdez.
It certainly does. And I'm loving Seraphine the more and more I watch her, you know, especially into these comps that have a couple of melee bruisers that will run directly into you. You just get to have so much fun with that charm, as we did see.
All right, yeah.
Again.
Chasing after Ghost as best he can. That's a really nice cleanse. Is there, gets the first kill. Will get the second, a double for the Vayne. As Canyon's like, nope, no, not going to be doing this one. He's already taken them down. So that's 2 Barons eliminated. I don't have faith back yet, Valdez, but I mean, that was a cool moment.
Yeah, they're going to need a lot more moments like that for sure. The game is kind of getting out of hand, as we're going to take a look actually at the mid lane play onto depth. So this was a while back.
Sad.
You might not remember, but this was basically just you're trapped in here with me, says Khan. Nowhere for you to run as the Vayne. And this is the fight that I wanted to watch, because I just want you to watch Barrel's ultimate here. It's like, okay, well, they're just all running in a straight line.
Oh, God.
On all 3, and no damage comes out from Chovy. He dies. And none from the back line. They're all zoned away. And other than that, like, it was a great job by Damwon Kia to just kind of back into that position and allow Barrel to set that up.
Oh, this was Depth's Captain Jack. Looked pretty nice there as Canyon tries to get in amongst it. Barrel's dead once again. By the way, guys, teleport's coming through everywhere as the train just gets the hell out of the station. 27 seconds on this Ocean Drake will be sole point for Damwon Kia, but it looks like the area is being held onto by Hanwha Life Esports. They're not giving up yet. We may still have a game on our hands. Certainly feels like Damwon Kia are well and truly in control, but with these couple of picks, it has wasted this Baron, which is sitting at only a 900 power play right now.
Hanwha Life need to find a moment to engage on the Showmaker. If they can do that, they can definitely win a team fight. There is absolutely a big chance for them, as long as they can kind of eliminate the amount of damage that Zoe is doing.
Oh, God.
Well, that's not the start we were looking for.
Every time, it just physically, it hurts. As another bubble's going to connect, Showmaker in perfect position, sitting at 50% health though, so like you say, still is a potential target. The Ocean Drake taking damage now, as you don't want to just sit there soaking poke, and these beach balls flying on forward from Showmaker. Khan just setting himself up in the front line. Let's see whether they can do this. Dawning Shadow comes down. The Pantheon is going to steal away the Drake, as Dudu immediately has to get out of there. The Pantheon is going to be eliminated. Now Def trying his very best. Canyon, oh, he makes it into the brush and survives. Condemned into the wall is Ghost, though. He's not going to be a part of this one, as Chovy goes down. A double kill for Showmaker. And yeah, I think this one's done, guys. Triple for Showmaker. Def now running the wrong direction. I think he might want to be a member of Damwon right here, as he's looking for this brush, looking to try and find the sneaky escape. And Canyon, oh, that was terrifying. Just gets out of the brush there as Beryl. He's going to help take him down. Canyon almost dies, but thankfully he has support. That's going to be the ace. Should be a base broken now, as Damwon Kia looks like they may not necessarily want to just take this one down, as the ace was immediately followed by Arthur being back available, and it is still pretty early in this game.
Yeah, so it all starts with Beryl dying. He dies here, gets caught out by the double slice and dice from Dudu, and then Khan gets out. This is really the fight that we want to look at. So nice steal, by the way, from Arthur to get in there and steal it once again, but it's just the artillery squad once again. Showmaker picks off one. They can fight very front to back. Canyon somehow survives. Ghost immediately goes into the back line, has to flash away. A little bit awkward there, but he actually soaks a lot of damage and gets the ultimate away from Chovy. And even though there are some low health bars here, Vayne isn't going to 1v9 against this comp or in this situation at all. So can't do much after that. But 8-0 and 10 and 24 stacks on the Majais. I think, you know,
Oh my God.
there's not much else to say right now. 20,000 damage in this game already.
Somehow Chovy's done 15k, and he hasn't looked like he's participated quite that much, but kudos to him for that one, I guess. But this is all about Showmaker. He is just so good at Zoe. 8-0 and 10, legendary right now. All of the Magi stacks. He's yeah. He's got a lot of signatures to give to all of his fans for after this game. You can see that book is fully loaded, and he's going to be able to take down this outer turret very comfortably. We're moving towards what feels like an insurmountable lead. as Beryl and Ghost getting into position towards this top side. Dudu, he's splitting on the bottom lane. He does have his teleport available if they want to go for some last-ditch teamfight attempt. As Empress Divide comes down, Khan's going to ignore it there with his ultimate. I like that for the CC denial, but I don't know whether they really wanted to deliver the Scion to them because he's just so big. And there's another inner turret falling down. This is just the map being decimated by Damwon Kia, which is definitely their MO.
Yeah, and, you know, the Scion, we didn't really talk about it too much because this is happening, but I feel like it really works in this comp, you know? Didn't look like that good the first time around, but here we go.
Yep, Showmaker going to cleanse. Did have that one still available. We'll have his flashback relatively soon as well as Baron. Getting taken down now. Could still be dangerous. Arthur actually not having to flash a wall is definitely a good idea here, but still doesn't look like Hanwha Esports are quite in position just yet. The map's still very dark as Arthur looking to get closed in on. Good shield comes forward as the ulti only charms up one, but it's the one that they wanted. Pantheon goes down, Dawning Shadow to try and keep Vista alive. Bubbles, paddle stars, everything all over this map. They just steal away Arthur, and it looks like the Baron is not going to be the attempt. Damwon Kia going for a reset.
Yeah. You know what Scion loves? Just some very reliable stun and engage. So if the Udyr just runs right in and you're right behind him, you just immediately charge up your stun. And it's like a great way to follow up and just CC chain someone, as we did note. Hanwha Life are just going to give away this Baron. They can't really challenge this at this point in time.
Nope.
And so just another Baron will go the way of Damwon Kia at 28 minutes in. Tovi, I swear, he's so angry. He's trying so hard to carry this game as much as he can. That's why he's getting so much time in these fights. But if you look at this, it's like, okay, you get stunned, you get charmed, and then you get Scion knocked out. And that's it. There's nothing you can do. There's no recourse.
No, absolutely no chance of doing anything. And Chovy actually flashing the wall, unable to actually participate, as Deft in a little bit of trouble. Gets rid of that ward. Looks like no one's going to be able to close in just yet. Showmaker currently level 6. Sorry, got the hiccups. Showmaker level 16. Take it away.
Yeah, he's, you know, we look for solo carries. This Zoe is the best we got in the past, and it's back again. All reliable here. Deft is down a couple.
Oh no. Getting closed in on the condemn back onto Canyon, but it seemed to do absolutely nothing. That's another one for Showmaker's wallet. 10-0-10. Make it 11-0-10. Undefinable is this guy's KDA right now, as this base is in shambles. And Damwon Kia may have just had enough of this series. We all know Showmaker likes to go home early, and this is looking like one of those particular... Oh, what the heck was that damage? I know Vista's squishy, but that was his whole health bar. As another bubble sneaks in onto Chovy. Dudu stands up and tries to soak it, but Nexus turret's being taken down by Ghost. And the Nexus will follow. Dudu will go golden. Canyon throws his life away here as the Emperor's Divide only lands onto Beryl. As Showmaker, of course, has his Zhonya's. And that's going to be that sub 30-minute victory here.